Let's discuss handling taxes within JobTread. There are two types of taxes to consider. There's sales tax and purchase tax. Sales tax is the additional tax amount that you will charge your customers, so it's added to your customer orders and your invoices. This is defined by your organization in your JobTread settings. So you can choose here whether you'd like to use a tax rate based on the job site location, or maybe you always charge the same rate for your jobs regardless of the location, or maybe you don't collect sales tax at all. Once you set it here, each job will default to this setting. Now it can be overridden when creating customer orders and invoices on a specific job. You can also edit what the tax line is called on your document. Purchase tax is the amount of tax that you pay when making a purchase. So it could be listed on your bid requests, your vendor orders, and your vendor bills. Recording purchase tax in JobTread is not required, so therefore it's defaulted off in all new JobTread accounts. If you'd like to record purchase tax, you'll do so on the documents. So we recommend enabling it by editing your document templates. So let's edit a vendor bill template. Scroll to the bottom of the settings, and you'll notice a tax field called Non-Recoverable Taxes. By recording non-recoverable taxes, they'll be treated as a job cost, meaning that they'll be recorded as part of your job expenses. These are the most common taxes that are used. In fact, almost all contractors based in the United States will only use this type of purchase tax. If your business address is not in the United States, you will also notice an additional field called Recoverable Taxes, which we will discuss later on in this video. So for now, let's just add a non-recoverable tax to this vendor bill document template. In this case, I will just call it the general name tax. Now, when I navigate to a job, I can record a vendor bill using this template. In this case, we are going to log a simple receipt from Home Depot. I'll enter the total amount spent in each cost item or cost code. Then I can enter the tax amount that's listed on my receipt or my bill at the bottom. You also have the option of simply entering the tax percentage if that helps. Now the total listed should be the same amount as reflected at the bottom of your receipt. So now we can click Create Document. On the document, we will see the pre-tax cost of each item. At the bottom, we'll see a subtotal without the tax, and then we'll see the tax that's applied and the overall total. Well, let's mark this bill as paid in full and we'll see what happens in the budget. Let's head over to the job costing section of our budget and we'll view the bills column. Here we'll notice that the costs on each line show not only the pre-tax cost of the items, but the non-recoverable tax amount is distributed evenly across all my taxable items. Therefore, it's included in the cost of the item. If you are based in the United States, or if you only have non-recoverable purchase tax, then you are all set and you shouldn't need to worry about any additional settings. Now, if your business address is not based in the United States, you will have the option to also record a recoverable tax. This tax type will typically be used by contractors residing in certain countries such as Australia, the UK, and certain Canadian provinces that have a value-added tax, a goods and services tax, or harmonized sales tax that can be recovered as a tax credit and is not treated as a job cost. Therefore, you can log the recoverable tax amount on the document so it will push to QuickBooks Online, but it will not be displayed in your budget as a job cost. If your location requires you to pay a recoverable tax in addition to a non-recoverable tax, you can add the tax here in the document template as well. So we can add PST or QST as our non-recoverable tax, and maybe VAT, GST, or HST as our recoverable tax. You can also enter your own tax names if you'd like to. Now let's use this document template to log a bill. So we'll head over to our job, and then we'll click on Plus Document and choose our template. Next, we'll select the vendor and we can begin entering the total cost for each item or code. Now you'll notice at the bottom, you can record both your non-recoverable and your recoverable tax amounts. When we create the document, we'll see the pre-tax cost of each item, the subtotal without tax, both tax amounts listed, and the overall total. If you're using QuickBooks Online, you also can choose the appropriate code for mapping the taxes. Now, when we mark this document as paid in full, the non-recoverable tax amounts will be distributed across all your taxable items on your budget and be recorded as job costs. However, the recoverable tax will not be recorded as costs in your job budget because they will be passed to QuickBooks Online with the understanding that they will be recuperated or reimbursed at a later date. Therefore, they are not costs of goods sold. A few quick tips here. First, if you're happy with how you currently log bills and record expenses in JobTread, you do not need to make any changes. Second, if you're based in the United States and you'd like to record purchase tax, then you only have to worry about the non-recoverable tax to add to your vendor document templates. And third, be sure to match your purchase tax preferences across all vendor document templates so you can log them as costs throughout the job life cycle. If you have any questions, please contact your customer success manager or email support@jobtread.com.